Now in this video lecture we will cover bile salt formation, how bile salts are formed. We will talk about cholesterol which is present in bile, it is one of the component of bile, and we will talk about gallstone formation which is most important as part of this lecture, right. So bile salts, you can see the composition of bile, this is the composition of bile, it contains cholesterol, it contains bile salts, right. It contains maximum bile salts. Bile has in maximum it has bile salts, right. Now let's see how bile salts are formed, right. Bile salts are basically formed from cholesterol, right. They are derived from cholesterol, and so we say that cholesterol is the precursor of bile salts, right. Cholesterol is the precursor of bile salts, right. And one thing, what is basically bile? Bile is green soap, right. We know that soap is made from fatty acids and glycerols, right. Soaps basically are made from fats. So bile is also a soap, right. So because it is a soap, it is made from fats, right. That is why it can interact with fats, right, and it has emulsifying action on fats, because if you remember, hydrophobic can interact with hydrophobic, right. Hydrophilic cannot interact with hydrophilic. So since bile is a soap, it is made from fats, so it can interact with fats, right, and break them into smaller particles, which is known as emulsification of fats, which we will take in detail in digestion of fats, right. So cholesterol is the precursor of bile salts. How is it made? Cholesterol will first change into cholesterol. If you know the chemistry of cholesterol, cholesterol is it is a tetracyclic ring and it has a side chain, right. We are not dealing with the chemical reactions, I'll just tell you what all things are formed, right. Cholesterol, now we'll deal with this more in biochemistry. When we'll do biochemistry of cholesterol, there we'll look into its structure and chemical reactions. So cholesterol will change into cholic acid, right, and deoxycholic acid, right. Now this cholic acid and deoxycholic acid both will react with, these both will react with glycine and some little taurine, right, to form glyco and tauro acids, right. They will form glyco and tauro conjugated bile acids. They form glyco and tauro conjugated bile acids, right. Now the sodium salts of these glyco and tauro bile acids are your bile salts, right. So these will react with, say, sodium ions, right. So this is your sodium salts of these bile acids, glyco and tauro conjugated bile acids, right, are your bile salts, right, which would be secreted, it would be secreted in bile, right. This is how bile salts are formed. I'll repeat quickly. Bile salts are made from cholesterol, right. Cholesterol is a tetracyclic ring, it has a side chain, right. Cholesterol will first change into cholic acid and deoxycholic acid, which will react with glycine and some little taurine to form glyco and tauro conjugated bile acids. Since these are acids, so these will react with sodium to form sodium salts of bile acids, which are bile salts, right, and they are secreted in bile. This is how bile salts are formed, right. Now bile salts have two important functions which we have discussed in previous lecture also. First is, its first function is emulsification of fats, and how come these bile salts, these are bile salts, how come bile salts have emulsifying action on fats? Fats, right, fats are hydrophobic, right? So or we say that hydrophobic interact with hydrophobic and hydrophilic interact with hydrophilic, we know that, right? So these bile salts or bile, right, these are made from fats, right? That is why they can interact with fats and emulsify them, right? So bile they are basically green soaps, right, which can interact with fats and emulsify them. We know that in olden days soaps are made from animal fat, right? So soaps are nothing but fats. They are made from fats, right, and your alcohol, right? They are made from fatty acids and alcohol, soaps. So since they have fat, right, since they have fat part, if you look at it chemically, it has a hydrophobic part, right, that can interact with hydrophobic fats, right, and emulsify them and break them into smaller particles, right. We'll deal with it more when we'll do digestion of fats. The second most important function is absorption of digested fats, right. And what are these digested fats? These are monoglycerides, right, and fatty acids, right, and your cholesterol and other lipids, right. So what these bile salts basically do, these bile salts will chemically form complexes with these products, right. They will form complexes, and we know that we call these complexes as micelles, right. So bile salts will combine with these digested products of fats, right, which are lipids, monoglycerides and fatty acids, to form these complexes, right. Now these complexes are carried, right, or ferried to the intestinal mucosa, right, where they are absorbed, right. These complexes are ferried to the intestinal mucosa where they are absorbed, right. So now it is clear how bile salts help in the absorption of digested product of fats. Basically they will form complexes. Bile salts will form complexes with these products, and those complexes can be absorbed by the intestines, by the intestinal mucosa, right. That is why they can go ahead and help these products to get digested, right, by the intestinal mucosa. I hope this is clear, right, how bile salts are formed and what is their functions. We have discussed this in previous lecture also. Now let's move into the liver secretion of cholesterol, right. Cholesterol, from where do we get cholesterol? Cholesterol we get from diet, right, and cholesterol is also formed in your liver, right, when fats get digested. So cholesterol is one of the products of fat digestion. So two sources of cholesterol, one is from diet, right, and the other is from your fat digestion in liver, right. So cholesterol right, you get first from diet, second you get it from fat digestion in liver. These are the two sources of cholesterol, right. Now we'll look into one important thing, which is your gallstone formation, right, and this is related to your concentration of gallbladder that we discussed in the previous lecture, right. And one important thing is that we know that cholesterol is not soluble in water, right, it is insoluble in water, but bile salts and lecithin combine physically with cholesterol, like we have studied here, right. Bile salts will combine with these digested product to form complexes, right, which are, and these complexes which are called micelles, right, keep cholesterol in solution, in colloidal solution basically, right. So cholesterol, which is insoluble in water, right, will form complexes, will form complex with bile salts and lecithin called micelles, right. So this solution which is resulted when your cholesterol, right, form complex with bile salts is your colloidal solution. Colloidal solution you have done in chemistry, to form colloidal solution, right. Now since it cannot be dissolved in water, right, cholesterol cannot be dissolved in water, but it can form colloidal solution, right, with bile salts and lecithin. Here also we have seen that it can form complexes, right, and these complexes can be absorbed, right. Now in your gallbladder, now we'll move towards the gallstone formation. This is important. Now in your gallbladder you have bile, right, you have bile, and we know that bile gets concentrated in your gallbladder. When we say it gets concentrated, the electrolytes and these ions get absorbed by the wall of the gallbladder, right, thereby concentrating rest of the components of cholesterol, the rest of the components of bile, not cholesterol, which is your cholesterol, lecithin, bile salts, all these, right, all these will get concentrated. So here when bile is in gallbladder, right, your solution, the bile gets concentrated, right, since electrolytes, water and your ions, right, you have water also, all these gets absorbed by the wall of the gallbladder. Now there can be an infection due to which the absorption characteristics of gallbladder may increase abnormally, right. Now what happens is, when it forms a concentrated solution, since water and these ions get absorbed, so now bile is a concentrated solution which contains your cholesterol, bile salts, lecithin, all these things, right. Now in this concentrated solution, right, due to some abnormality, cholesterol will start precipitating, right, to form, we know that precipitate is a solid, right. So when cholesterol will precipitate, it will form salts, right? I'm sorry, when cholesterol will precipitate, it will form solid crystals, right? Just like stones, right? We call these crystals that gets precipitated, right, from cholesterol as gallstones, right? So you will see gallstones here, these, like this, it will get precipitated and it will come here also, right? So this is how stones in gallbladder gets formed, right? So from where you are getting it, from the concentrated solution. In the concentrated solution, due to some abnormality, your cholesterol will start precipitating, right, which will form gallstones, right? I hope this is clear. This is simple enough to understand gallstone formation, right? And since I said due to an abnormality or infection in the wall of, due to some infection in the wall of the gallbladder, what happens is its absorption characteristic changes, it increases abnormally. So the absorption of water and electrolytes and other ions will increase abnormally, right, thereby concentrating your bile, right? When it gets abnormally concentrated, the cholesterol will start precipitate to form gallstones, right? I hope this is clear, the formation of gallstones, right, and what are bile salts, right? I'll just write it over here. Your gallstones result from the absorption of water, right? Too much absorption of water from bile, too much absorption of bile acids, too much absorption of water and bile acids from bile, right? Then under some abnormal conditions, cholesterol will start precipitating. A precipitate of cholesterol will form in bile. Cholesterol will start precipitating, right, to form gallstones. This is how gallstones get formed. Now there is one abnormal condition, which is inflammation of gallbladder epithelium, right? Right? Inflammation of gallbladder epithelium that will affect that will abnormally increase the absorption characteristics of your gallbladder wall, right? Which will result into too much absorption of water and bile acids, right? Then again, your cholesterol will start precipitating to form gallstones, right? This is how gallstones will get formed. Now you can imagine one thing, if you have gallstones in your bile ducts, that might affect, right, flow of pancreatic juice and bile in your gallbladder, right? That might again affect your digestion, your fat digestion, right? So I hope this is clear, right? Thanks.